Is there no swearing?
No swearing.
That'd be ideal, wouldn't it? You're not very good at that though, are you?
No, it's bollocks. Oh.
There we go again. So, it's been a while. Oh, goodness me.
Hello, everybody.
There's 2 men in a van. And Ian's feeling a little bit excitable today, it would seem.
Hi, guys.
The weather's turned a little bit, hence me wearing a woolly hat. You can get yours.
It's not a Dubsta woolly hat, is it? By any
It
chance?
might be a Dubsta.
Oh,
That's a bit bright, isn't it?
Isn't it?
There is some sunshine out there.
There
There
is.
we go. So, lots of woolly hats on the website.
Hey.
You need to get your orders in by the end of November if you want to guarantee Christmas delivery.
Or if you're into moustaches, Movember.
There is
Yes.
that too. I'm looking a bit mustachio at the moment.
You are. Do you know
It's because we've both been on holiday. That's why you haven't heard from us for a while.
it's the same. I've been to Disneyland. I know, right?
Who was your favourite character? Who is your favourite character?
Who is my favourite character? Oh. Buzz Lightyear.
I knew you were going to say that. I was actually thinking Buzz Lightyear in my head.
Well, it's got to be all day long, isn't
I knew. So I prefer Woody.
it? You've got a Woody. Is that because we're in the van?
Well, no. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we've been thinking about just rambling on about general old shit like we have. Oh, I've done it, haven't I?
Ooh,
Oh dear.
not bad.
Anyway, been thinking about what we were going to talk about because we didn't want to just ramble on about random old stuff every time and you lot go, what are these two on about? So we thought we'd try and keep it a bit on theme. And this week, a few little developments. We've both come back from holiday, both feeling a bit lively. Bit on the case. I've been up since 3:30 this morning working. Just got stuff I want to sort out, things I want to get on with, and no time like the present. So, while we're doing all that, are you gurning?
I am, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look, the good times are on.
Yeah. Without any help at all, he's randomly gurning. Okay, this is what I've let myself in for. So, what we were going to talk about today is highs and lows.
Highs and lows. Lows versus highs.
You seem like you're high on life at the moment.
And we're not talking the dubious kind of highs and lows.
No, I've just noticed that my roof line is sagging a bit. Need to give that a little help, don't I?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, it's never a good thing when
I
it
don't
starts
want
to
things to be
sag.
sagging. Anyway, highs and lows. So, there seems to be two very definite looks. We're talking vans at the moment.
Yeah.
It's because we both drive vans, and that's why our conversation tends to come around to them, and not for any other reason than that's what we've got. Ian started doing an expedition conversion on his T4.
Yeah.
Mine's not low, but
It's low enough, though.
lower than standard, a more racing van look, racing commercial, I suppose.
It's not as low as your nan's tits, though, is it?
My nan's dead.
Really low, then. Really low.
Yeah, about as low as it gets.
Like sub-low.
I don't think you go much lower, do you?
Anyway, go on.
So, moving swiftly on from that one, bit of a downer. So, what's better? An expedition where you can drive into a field and you can take your camper, your synchro, whatever it may be, and not get stuck in the mud. Big chunky tyres. Now that's what this man's on.
Love that.
Or something that you can, I want to say whiz around, because I don't whiz around in my van, but I like the fact that it handles like a car.
It does.
And I don't really need to slow down for corners. Whereas I think
There's no getting away from it. I mean, you know, there's definitely pros to having your van against my van. Definitely.
well, mine's got me in it.
So there's a downer for a start about having a van like this.
I think you
Is
missed the
that
point.
Ryan will be in it.
Definitely think you missed the point there, mate.
I think.
Maybe. So I can see the benefit of an expedition, and I think if I was ballsy enough, I probably would. But I think I'd want a synchro if I was going to go expedition.
Yeah, I know. That's the only downer about me doing an expedition. But at the same time, I kind of think to myself, am I going to be climbing mountains? No. So I'm a car mechanic. I do a lot of agricultural stuff. So I'm on farms a lot.
Bumpy roads.
Bumpy roads, bits and pieces like that. Although I don't need 4x4, but I need the height. Because if I go down a bumpy farm track, and I have a T4, and the T4 pulley, the pulley's really low. Like really low, isn't it? Like
I don't really look under cars.
Right, so the T4 pulley's really low on the 2.4 diesel that I've got. And if I go too low, I'm going to be hung low when I hit something.
And that's going to be a big dong.
A big dong, yeah, hung low. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's definitely some benefit now. I can. Go on.
That's cool, go on.
No, you go on.
No, you go on. Go on.
So, lows.
Yeah.
I don't like silly low. Like, I get the air ride thing because you can jack the thing up whenever you want, and I get air ride, but I don't like the price.
4K, you know, for a T5. And that's like, you know, starter. That's a lot of dough just for a bit of low.
Lot of dough
Yeah.
for low.
Yeah.
And it's not just the air ride, is it? You're going to want to put wheels. If you're going to go as far as putting air ride on, you're going to do wheels as well.
Yeah,
so
man.
what's that? Another £1.5, £2,000?
All day long, yeah.
At least.
Yeah, it depends how plush you want to go.
So, very good. So, that's £6,000 you're in
Yeah,
before you've done anything else to your van.
yeah. So that's your basic van. So say you bought a van and not tricked it out, not done nothing, just done your lows.
So, I'm not into the air ride for that very reason. I've got Bilsteins on mine, which don't go as low as some of the other options out there. You've got the Stance Plus, you've got the Solo, and there's loads of other suspension options. I went Bilstein really on the brand name and on the fact that everyone who writes about them says they handle superbly. The ride is fantastic, and I have to second that. It is. Yes, there's been some reports of some quality issues with spring snapping and things like that, but is that people loading up the back of their van like it's a van but expecting to be able to run it on sports suspension? I don't know. Who knows? There's other talks about some faulty steel and stuff like that, but getting back to the subject, the reason I went low is because I wanted a van that handled. I wanted something that I could drive for long distances and feel like I was driving more like a car rather than having to slow down for every corner. Because if you're going for a long drive somewhere, I want to go and do the NC 500. I want to do a trip to the Alps. These are roads that I'm not familiar with. The last thing I want to be doing is going into some of those hairpins with a van that's got more body roll and lean than I'm totally comfortable with on a road that I'm not familiar with. So I feel like with the suspension setup I've got, I'm more comfortable to be able to go and drive around something that I'm not familiar with and not worry too much about whether I've gone in a little quicker than I expected to.
I get that. I understand that.
So is there a conclusion?
Highs or lows? I think the conclusion to highs and lows is it depends what you want the vehicle for.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Because if you're going to look at it as I want a low vehicle to go down bumpy farm tracks to go and do my car mechanics in.
Blatant stupidity.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Expect
Dunce Club.
Yeah, Dunce Club, yeah.
Yeah.
.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little pointy hat.
Mm-hmm. No.
Sit in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo-hoy!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, but if you want a vehicle to go,
Don't buy a van.
don't buy a van. Do you know what I mean? Simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, no matter what you do to your van,
It's
still
a van.
van.
So, there we go. We conclude with highs and lows that there's no middle ground.
Not
And
really.
You should make a statement with your vehicle.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the whole point of the VeeDub community and everything about VeeDub, Dubsta and everything else.
Definitely.
But there's no one or the other. Choose what's right for you. Choose what goes with your lifestyle. And, you know, I could quite happily live with either.
So,
Wonder if I
is
could
your
buy
life...
another van.
I've seen some lovely ones recently, quite cheap.
So have I. I did actually look at one yesterday and go, oh, have I got that spare?
I know, yeah. I know, I've seen a couple. You know, my friend in yours, Carol,
Yes.
she's getting a T4.
Is she?
Yeah. I sent her one the other day, and it was lovely. And she wants me to go and have a look at it and get one. She fell in love with my bus whilst it was on the in-laws
Really?
on the driveway. Yeah. And she said she wants one of those.
Want that one?
Want that one? So yeah, we're gonna send her in the right direction.
Have you noticed how glowy my face is on there?
Yeah. Have you noticed how glowy mine isn't? Oh. Look how dark I am.
That would have resolved it.